What's happening, guys? This is House Cat MMA. About to make a quick video. I gotta be back working in about 12 minutes. But I'll tell you what, there's not a human being on earth that loves nicotine more than I do. I mean, it's just the best thing that there's ever been. And it's good for you. I don't care what nobody say. But I'm just kind of gonna be talking about Tito Ortiz and how he's a little feelings hurt about not being invited or whatever to UFC Freedom 250. Not a huge deal. Tito has always been very much like into politics. He ran for some kind of office in Huntington Beach or something like that. I forget, like city council or something. Very much a Trump guy. When he fought in the UFC, he walked out to Mosh by Eminem, which is a anti-George Bush track. So he's always been, on that side of things, which is very confusing at the time when I was a kid, because it was like, I know Tito's very much right-wing, but he's walking out to Mosh by Eminem, which is a Bush bashing track, which is a left-wing thing. I always scratch my head at that. But it's no mystery that Tito isn't that smart. But I am okay at reading folks, and I think Tito, he's actually kind of smart, not overly smart, but he's kind of smart in here. He's just not smart out here. He's not very well spoken. He's not very good at conveying his message, relaying his ideas without sounding like an idiot. He's just kind of talking about his relationship with Dana White, and just basically saying that because starting off, Dana White was Tito Ortiz's manager, and basically saying he watched Dana White negotiate like shit, as Tito's manager, and he was like, "Oh, so that's how you do shit like that. That's how you cut deals. That's how you negotiate. You gotta be really cutthroat with it." So Tito Ortiz saw that. It's like, that's what I'm gonna start doing. And he started doing that to Dana White. And that's just a classic case of not knowing who the fuck you're fucking with. Because if you want to get into a big dick contest with Dana White, I don't know anything about the length or circumferences of Dana White's wiener, but you ain't gonna win a big dick contest. Dana White's the most figurative big dick motherfucker there is. He was present for an assassination attempt against Trump, and it's like, that's fucking awesome. Like, you're not gonna win a big dick contest with that dude. He's the most over alpha man there is. Whether or not he's a good guy, I actually think he's all right. You don't get to that level of wealthy with being a great guy, but I think he's all right. I think he's all right. But he's basically saying that Dana White's just kind of petty. But it's like, you did nothing. Like, I don't mind Tito Ortiz. I kind of like Tito Ortiz. I think he's funny. Involuntary. He's good. He's very good unintentional comedy. But it's like, yeah, Dana White's petty, but you did nothing. But Tito did nothing but be a thorn in Dana White's side through his whole career. Did nothing, but I can't think of any specifics. But just constantly, like Tito Ortiz would be like, he would say one thing and then do another, or he would just. And I actually do think that Tito would involuntarily confuse Dana in negotiations without even trying to, and Dana White didn't like it. I just think that's something that happened, just with Tito Ortiz's brain just kind of being everywhere at once but nowhere at the same time. I think he confused Dana in negotiations, but just something I just deemed somewhat interesting. Like I always say, I like Tito Ortiz, I like Dana White. When you get two alphas clashing, sometimes shit goes left. Dana White, Chuck Liddell, two alphas. There's just enough differences and things in common where they meshed. Tito Ortiz, Dana White, just a bunch of that. You know what I'm saying? Randy Couture, Dana White, just a bunch of that. But you're never going to win against Dana White. It doesn't really happen so much anymore. I guess it kind of happened with Francis Ngannou and Dana White. But you're not going to win against Dana White. That bald motherfucker is the epitome of big dick energy.